Hello, I'm here this week with Mary McCluskey, who has adapted The Seagull by Anton Chekhov for the first of our Corona Classic Cuts, which opens on Monday. And it's a great piece of work, and welcome, Mary.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about adapting The Seagull.
I have to say that I find this more challenging than the Shakespeares that I've done in the past couple of years. I have a great sort of passion for Shakespeare, and it's not that I don't like Chekhov, I absolutely do, but I found it much more of a difficult job to do. I think with the Shakespeare plays I was much more familiar with the text and with the style of language, and with The Seagull, yes, I'd seen it, I had read it, but I didn't have that sort of in-depth knowledge that I may have had with the Shakespeares.
And what's the biggest challenge with cutting down The Seagull?
Absolutely. At first I thought I was going to have to cut it to 3 characters, which I found to be absolutely impossible. And having spoken to Kenny, who's directing it, we decided that we would concentrate on Madame Arkadina and Trigorin and Constantine and Nina, the sort of 4 main protagonists who are involved in the conflict. Yeah. So that's what we decided to do. And
what's at the heart of the play? I mean, why The Seagull? Why should people come and see The Seagull?
Why should people come see The Seagull? I'm quite intrigued by the fact that Chekhov calls it comedy, even though there's quite a lot of tragedy in it and the characters. And I suppose in the adaptation or in the adapting of it, it became clearer and clearer that these 4 characters in particular are sort of grotesque and self-indulgent and are actually quite comical and can be played in a comical manner, and they're quite brutal as well, the way they speak to each other and the way that they actually behave in relation to each other. And I found that quite exciting, I have to say. And I suppose another interesting thing about it is Chekhov's comments on the arts and creativity and theatre itself, and the people who are involved in the arts, and their own obsession with themselves and their work. And I found that very exciting and interesting to work on.
You yourself are completely immersed in theatre. You're the director of the Scottish Youth Theatre.
That's right, yes.
Tell us a wee bit about what they're up to just now.
Gosh, well, we're just gearing up for our summer festival. As you know, Scottish Youth Theatre started in 1977 with a summer course that brought together 40 young people from around the country who were interested in theatre with theatre professionals to produce 2 plays. Now it's grown into the monster that it is. We have 8 different courses running around the country. It's for young people aged 8 up to 25, and we still have that original course, the performance and production course, but there's many sort of, I suppose, there's a sort of progression that young people can work through, from devised pieces right up to the full-blown performances. But one exciting thing this summer is we have a new commission from Peter Arnott. As you know, I know he's done some work for you in the past, and it's a play called Jerusalem, the Song of Deeds, and it's about the First Crusade. And I'm going to be directing that at the Tramway in the big space there, so it's the first time I've directed a show there, so that's exciting me as well. Yeah.
You also have a play that's just opened.
That's right, on Tuesday night, yes. John Patrick Shanley's Doubt. And again, another intriguing piece in its ambiguity. Leads the audience. I suppose it's clever in the way that it's written, in that it's, I don't know if you know what it's about. It's about, it's set in a convent school in the 1960s in the Bronx, in America, and that just happens to be the time that John Patrick Shanley was at school in the Bronx. And it looks at the relationships between the nuns and the priests, and the commitment of the principal of the school, Sister Aloysius, to her moral guardianship of the young people, and she suspects the priest may be having inappropriate relationships with one of the boys, who just happens to be the first black boy in school. So there's lots of baggage that comes with that, I suppose it's a thriller in a way, in that in each scene we find out a wee bit more information, and the audience is left to make up their own mind as to whether he did it or not.
So it's an extraordinarily topical play.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We decided to do this maybe about 6 months ago, and it's taken us that amount of time to actually get the rights from John Patrick Shanley. It's the Scottish premiere of the piece, and it's even more topical now than it was 6 months ago. Yeah. We're finding that lots of people who actually experienced a Catholic upbringing and schools are coming along, and there's a couple of points where the priest is actually giving a sermon, gives a couple of pointed sermons, and people are crossing themselves at the end. The audience are actually crossing themselves at the end. They're sort of so engrossed in that whole experience. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Great.
Exciting.
So what about plans for the future? What's anything interesting lined up over the summer, other than what you ready to me, or coming in the autumn?
I can't think that far ahead. At the moment there's so many projects on the go.
You're doing a lot of work with Kenny Miller.
Oh yes, absolutely. Kenny and I, as you know, Scottish Youth Theatre for a while based our summer school at the Citizens while Kenny was still there, and we found that we were kindred spirits, and we had the same sort of aims and objectives with regards to the young people and with regards to theatre itself, and so I think we make a good team.
And it's a team that works well at Oran Moor.
It works very well. This is our third sort of collaboration.
You don't feel inhibited by the low budgets, by the lack of resources, by the small cast. In fact, it seems to provoke you.
It does. It does. It's. I suppose it's making a virtue out of necessity, really, and it presents its different challenges. And as you know, theatre in general, particularly theatre for young people, is not particularly well funded, so you have to use your imagination and let the audience use their imagination as well. Yeah.
Well, I hope you will come and use your imagination. I think the Seagull is a wonderful piece of work. It opens on Monday, and I'd like to thank you, Mary, very much for doing it for us.
Thank you.